Another health issue was my joints, my shoulders, um, elbow, and wrist are all like deteriorating. And so my arms are like stress like this, that's going on in my family right now. This little discussion we're having about ADHD, and they want to take medication, and I should see a doctor, and I shouldn't be listened to, and I'm dumb as a rock. Like stab me in the back, like that is really, really painful. And people that have ADHD are very, very sensitive. Um, there's definitely a tie to autism with this illness, that the next generation is going to be autistic, which we're starting. Here's one. Oh, here's 20. Oh, here's 100. What's the cause of it? Look at your behavior, because the kids are mirroring parents' behaviors, and parents aren't seeing themselves. And that is like, you really got to pay attention to what the hell it is you're doing. So I'm hearing my son um, can't sleep at night because he's worried about his mother. And I'm on this system, and I'm trying to cure, because everything is causal, cure the cause, you cure the illness. So I literally have zero pain. There's nothing wrong with my arms as long as I'm doing the right thing, as long as I'm living a very stressless life, as long as I'm enjoying my life. I have zero pain whatsoever, and I can function perfectly as long as, I'm not doing work that I know will kill me, which my kids want me to go out and get a job taking something that I know is damaging to my health. They don't have my arms, they don't have the stress, they don't feel what the chest pains are starting to come up, inability to eat. There's a whole host of symptoms that are there that say, Judy, you're doing the wrong thing. And what basically is now is being pressured on me is I should probably take some medication. So if I, get enough medication in me, then I'll take those jobs that these kids are saying, and I'll be in a stressful environment, but I won't feel a thing, but it'll still have the same effect over my arms. Um, wouldn't it be an ADHD person that destroys their arms because they worked in a factory doing repetitive work? Trust me, I was a good employee. I worked my little buns off, and I'm pretty sure I broke records in there. Downside to that is I had to work in a factory because I was dealing with so much abuse, and that's pretty much the only job you can cry at and work. And trust me, when there was this much hell going on, I cried during the day, and you can find work doing that. So low income, that's all socially designed with an unfair system. You need these people to work in the factories, and need people that are crying to be doing some work. So, and I was a little pretty, and apparently everybody, and I'm not saying I'm pretty, I mean, I intentionally kind of look like hell because looks are just like mean more to you than they would to me. I kind of love looking good, but it's like, okay, people aren't really seeing me. Um, they're seeing what I look like. It could be used, if I want to start selling a school, if I want to start selling something and pointing somebody down a direction, I got this perfect tool available to me because I know I can pull off looking good well. Um, but my point is I'd rather, like it's communication that I want to talk about. Um, so maybe, I look like hell. It's like, can you see the words that I'm saying? Um, Stupid logic there, but welcome to my brain. um, so again, my son is really, really worried, can't sleep at night. He's putting out a lot of negative energy. The brain is the strongest form of energy on the planet. If you can master the energy directly out of your brain, it's free. Every single human being is thinking every second that you're alive, you're creating energy that actually could be measured. Do an EEG machine. What are they doing? They're checking the energy that's coming out of your brain every time you think. If you think you're alive, I mean, you could be, brain dead, but you're technically not dead if you still have some energy coming out of that brain. master the energy out of that. That's free, because to live is to be free. So anyways, it's like really wild where you can find free energy. But anyways, I've been saying since I was a kid, noticing the energy that comes off of people, and it's like, man, that is the most powerful. And the further away that energy gets to you, the weaker it is. It's the strongest when it's right in here. So it has the power to create. And it's like, what you think about is what you're creating in the world, because that's what's going to be mirrored back at you. So I'm trying to tell my son, don't do that. It's really hard on my health. I can feel it. It's negative energy. I can't sleep at night. It happens to be about the same times that you're probably like, I can't sleep. I'm feeling, I can literally wake up at like, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in terror. That has subsided. That hasn't happened for a couple of years. Healed that. But there was negative energy. And it is sort of like, it comes from me. It's definitely me that bounces out, that comes back at you like karma. So it's like, I know this is the hard pill to swallow. My son is not sleeping because I'm putting this negative energy out there that's creating energy in him that's bouncing back and coming back towards me. Now, if I changed my energy that's pushing out at him, he will instantly push energy different and come back at me. So that really, really wild. Let me try and explain how that works in the particle wave story of it all. Okay, how I carry myself, how I talk, how I communicate while on a welfare system, it don't matter. I am existing on this planet, and something within me is making energy that is being perceived as something that needs to be helped. So either I'm doing the poor me, or and lots of it is it's his comprehension. He's seeing what he wants to see, which is driving me crazy, because it's like, don't judge me because of my income. Look at me for who I am. Look a little deeper than, the surroundings to see whether I'm doing good or not. But for somehow I've had conversations where I'm really, really happy. Let's talk about my day. Let's talk about some things I'm into and stuff like that. And I will be told that I'm lying to myself. And 2-hour conversation that I'm lying to myself. By the end of the day, I ain't happy. So I am seeing myself happy, and yet my son's seeing something completely different, and that negative energy is coming back at me. So technically, with ADD, being the genius, I have created the story that says, without a doubt, it ain't me. I can pick out, no, this is not possible. Look at your behavior and look at my behavior. But if you just, okay, this is going on, I just don't know it. And see, what would happen is that when that negative energy comes to me, I'm feeling really, really negative inside. So it is when you feel that negative energy, and you kind of have this, oh, it's coming from my son, then you got to create something that makes you feel good about it. And like, that's the trick, is always to feel good about something, because as soon as you're feeling good and peaceful, you're putting love and peace back out into the world. So anybody that's negative towards me, I know, okay, there's a little bit of negative energy inside me that I don't know. I think I'm happy, I think I'm doing okay, but apparently I'm not, because negative energy is coming back at me. So it's like, nobody can tell you something's wrong with you. You got to see it yourself. Mostly because it's the particle and wave. It's people's perceptions, but it's still there. It's still real. There's something negative inside me that, okay, I'll just change it. And I know exactly when the times are that I need to work on those changes. Anytime I feel really bad and can't sleep at night, those are the times that I have to control what I think about and control what I feel. So that's the time that I'll say, my son is a friggin' genius. He's going to find all of the answers. He's just can't sleep at night because he's really working real hard to help his mom that he loves so much. So I'm telling a lot of really good stories. I know he's searching and he's a genius. He always finds whatever he's looking for. So all of a sudden I'm starting to feel real good about somebody saying really bad things about me. And I'm putting positive energy out there. And it's like less than a week, he starts talking about ADHD, like, well, it was a few weeks in there, but it's like it does have an effect. I have seen this happen over and over and over again. That as soon as I change, as soon as somebody's making complaints, and you know damn well it's them, like they got some issue, and the abuse, because this is the pattern of abuse, is you get trapped into mirroring them. It's like I put it out there, they put it out there, and you're fighting this battle back and forth. You're both mirroring the same behavior, and it's like who started it? Okay, I'm the parent, so I'm sorry. This is a time where parents have to suck it up, and it's like you are the creator, and if you are the creator, then you got to take responsibility for what the hell you put out in the world. And you have taught the behavior. They mirrored you. They were innocent little babies. So that's where I take full responsibility all the time. And I wish my parents would have done that. I would have been a happy kid if they did that. And so that's what I'm doing here. Still really, really frustrating. I still haven't mastered it, but it's like you get caught up in the drama of it. Like I'm venting, I'm talking, and I know me doing these videos are not well accepted by family because family likes to keep family secrets, and that's part of who I am. I have issue with keeping things secret. My mother always used to say, keep everything a secret, and it was like a life of hell, that no way in hell is anything a secret in my life. And my kids are just going to have to suck up that you're going to have to love your mother for being different. That I think it's relevant. I think it's helpful. I think it's worthy of a conversation. My son wants to blame me. It's like I'm willing to say, yeah, but I am on a welfare system. I am physically injured. To learn everything that I've learned, I had to go through hell, and it's kind of wearing. And that's kind of what life is that you go out, you learn as much as you can, you're doing all of the wrong things, it's killing your body, and at the end of the day you're near dead, and well, nobody has figured the answer out yet. So if I die, then I haven't figured out the answer yet, because if you can solve all problems, I'd really like to examine this concept of heaven and you have to die first, because it's what ended up happening is you read all of these books and then you start seeing contradictions. It's like, well, this guy's saying this and this guy's saying that. Which one is right? And they're both contradicting each other. So it's like, okay, what do they agree on? And that's kind of how my research went, is trying to find the agreement with everything and get rid of all of the contradictions. If something is like, okay, contradict, if something can be proven, you can make a statement and it can be proven wrong, then it's just not relevant. And a lot of things out there that contradict each other. It's like I'm hypersensitive to seeing contradictions now. So again, it's a hard pill to swallow, because I would be putting contradictions out in the world. If I see contradictions, if I put that complaint out there, then that's coming from me. That's why counselors cannot help solve any of my issues, is because none of them know it's coming from me, and they don't know how to talk to me that way. And because when I go into a counseling office, I'm manipulating them to say what I want them to say, and it's like, you got to be smarter than me. You got to see that I'm getting you to say what I want you to say. You got to be, and mostly because, like, we talk in science, so I've studied science. So you've gone to school. If you're a doctor and know better than me, you got to be smarter than me, and you've gone to school and got your education, and you have this piece of paper that says you are smarter than me. Granted, I would just like to have a debate. I will say, okay, I'm not as smart as you, but I do believe that if I go outside of the box and look in a different direction that you are looking at, that there's a chance I might see a different picture than what you're seeing. I gotta continue. This is a good bit.